after the personal development is we have the life coaching, which is a 1.5 billion industry, and that's mainly dealing with people, you know, that for example, a lot of athletes hire a life coach, someone to help them to get to where they want to be, where they need to be able to be successful in their careers or in their different trades. And then so we've got that where people are helping other people as well. And then we've got the community building, which deals with building a community, which you might think of a church or a social group, and social networking or other organizations. There's a lot of organizations that deal with the community and get together for groups and clubs, and they really just try to build that unity and that bond with everybody. And then we've got the home-based businesses, which there's a lot of different examples of home-based businesses, and that's a $1 billion industry, and that's something that is very very enticing for people, and to always motivate them to get additional income and funds. And so what life is a combination of all these things. And what the founder did, Orrin Woodward, he said he looked at these four industries and said, I want to take the good things out of these four industries and build one business or one organization that has the good things out of these four industries, and that's what he has founded is what we know as Life. And so what also is good is there's a concept by Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote a book and gave many speeches and talks about a concept called the cash flow quadrant. And basically what it is you have four different quadrants, but over here in the first quadrant on the left we have the E quadrant, and we have the S quadrant. So we've got the E quadrant, which stands for employee, which is what most of us fit into that category, or we have fit into that category, and it's just basically an employee where we trade our time for money, and we become an employee, and so we work for someone else, and we use our skills and talents to help build another business. And then we have the S category, which is the self-employed, and these are people that have their own businesses, but they also work in their business to build their business and to make it thrive. And then we've got on this side we've got the B and a, my pen worked here, let's see. Then still trying to build the business, so if I can get a good pen, then that'll be great. So here we have a B, which is a business owner, and investors. And so investors are people that already have a good amount of money that they use to invest in other businesses, and they're able to create additional income or have a living by investing in other people's businesses. And then we've got the business owners, which are people that have a business, and they're able to just basically run a business by having employees and being able to keep their business going. And so they are the business owners. then let's see. So this is a concept by Robert Kiyosaki, and he talks about these 4 things, and the majority of us fit into this category, this side of the quadrant. 95% of us fit into this because we're either an employee or we've decided to go into business for ourselves. And over here we got the rest of the 5%, which have branched out and been able to make money investing or being a business owner. And what we want to talk about right now is being a business owner and what the possibilities and the opportunities are there. And so there's this other concept of bucket carrying versus pipeline building. So pretty self-explanatory. Bucket carrying is if you can imagine, there's a great story of a new community, a new city just being built, and they're saying, but it's a great distance away from any other city. So they say that well, we need water for the people in the city, and so how are we going to get water from this location to the city? And so what happens is the people start thinking, well, how are we going to get it? How are we going to get water? And what they came up with was, well, I can provide instant water if I just simply grab a bucket and carry it from point A to point B. And then we're able to use water, and we get it really fast and quick and efficient. Well, that was a great idea at the time, and they thought, yeah, let's go ahead and get some buckets and let's carry this water so we have instant water. So one person got really excited and got these buckets and got other people to help him, and pretty soon there's quite a few people carrying these buckets from the source of water to the city, and it's working really well for a long time. And but the problem is the people are spending a lot of time carrying the buckets from the source to the city, and it's just taking a lot of time. And what someone was thinking, well, if there's got to be a better way, instead of spending our time and our physical abilities carrying water, there's got to be a different way to be able to get water to the city. And what someone came up with was, why not build a pipeline to be able to provide a constant source of water, ever-flowing source of water. And so what one of the workers thought was, well, after carrying buckets all day, what I'm going to do is invest my time in starting to dig a trench and build a pipeline from the source to the city. And everybody thought, well, you're crazy for doing that. But he thought, there's it might take me a while, but yet I know it's going to pay off in the end. And there's a concept which I really love that we talk about in life that's called delayed gratification, and it's trading what you want now for something greater in the end, and delaying your gratification of something that you want now for something greater in the end. And so that's what this person was thinking. Yeah, okay, it may take me a year to build this pipeline, but I know once I build it, the whole city will be able to benefit, and I'll be able to get income, and my efforts will be able to pay off in the end for building that pipeline. So that's kind of what we want to do. We want to take our thinking from having to carry buckets every day to building a constant stream of flowing water, or cash flow in this case, and being able to create that income. So let's continue and talk about what that entails. And so what it entails is a new concept and way of thinking, and what and kind of have a shift in our thinking and what we and how we approach how we make money and what it takes to make money. So what we typically do is when we're young, we're always asked the question, what are you going to be when you grow up? What do you know, and we really focus on that and say, what are you going to be? Where are you going to go? And what's your life going to look like? Well, I know for me at least, in school they really focused on that, and you got to really know what you want to do, and then work from there. Well, what's interesting about this concept is it's a little bit different. Typically, we do what we do. We know what we want to do because we've always been asked, what do you want to do when you grow up? So we're always thinking about, what am I going to do when I grow up? And so we prepare ourselves to do something, whether it be learn a specific trade or work towards a specific profession. And so then what we do is we say, well, if I want to be a nurse or an architect, what is it going to take to be that? Well, I got to go and learn what it takes to do that. And so we're kind of working the plan backwards as to what we're presenting tonight. But what they do is they say, let's go learn what it takes to become a nurse or an architect. And then once we learn it, then that's what will define us in the end. We will be known as a nurse or an architect, and that is what that'll be our title, and that'll be what we'll be known to be. But here what we're talking about is we want to first define what we want to do, then learn it, and then go and do it. And it's a little different, but it really sets us up for success in the end. And one thing is, you can see here it says this is our income. Well, this little circle here, at least this is my income anyway, and it's a small little dot, and especially for you in the back, that probably looks really small. But I know that it's very small. So this is what we're faced with, our reality, right? Is our income is really small, but look, our wants are really big. And so, Darren, what are some of your wants? What's something that you want in life? I mean, what's something that you really...
I'd love to be able to go travel.
Travel, okay. And I'm sure that if you were to think about it a little bit more, your wants would grow and it'd be about this big, you know. Here we've got some examples of people want some more time. They want to be debt-free, and they want to spend more time with their family and have a little bit more security. So some of these wants are so big, but we're limited by our income. And so what we're saying is that you can always live the life you've always wanted if we focus on defining what we want to do and learn how to do it, and then be successful by doing it. So what we want to do is make our wants equal with our income. And how we do that is we've got 3 different things that was given. A talk was given by Michael Dell, and he basically explained 3 different C's: content, commerce, and community. And basically, what content is the...
I got stuck right there with the basically too.
Yeah.
That's right where I got it at.
See, I probably heard you.
Yeah, I think I gave it to you in your head.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I planted that one. That was bad. I'm sorry.
So our content is the product. And if this would work, you could actually see. But you know what? You're going to have to come up afterwards and I'll show you. So stick around and we'll go from there. So the content is the product that we have to offer, and it's And that's what we'll talk about in a little bit. Basically, it's CDs and information on personal development and leadership. And so what we have is our content. And then we have commerce, which is basically how do we get the product that we have to the public, and how do we get it out to market. And so it is, and the commerce is also our profit, and I'll explain how it is our profit in a minute. But it is also how we get it out there. So you have to have a way to push the product, right? And whether it be internet, whether it be through the mail, through word of mouth. And so that's what commerce is. And then he also included this idea of community and in a compensated community. So how do we have a profit of a content? How do we have a product and a profit that can give back to the community? So we have a compensated community that can benefit from the profits of getting our product out to the community. If you can follow, that was kind of long-winded, sorry. But you know, it's that's the concept there, and we'll talk about it in just a minute. So basically, let's talk about the first thing, which is the content. And the content is basically what life has to offer. What life has to offer you, you know? That's a good question. So we have our 8 F's, and we've also got the products that go around along with it. Financial fitness and the AGO series, the faith-based series, and freedom. And we've even got a marriage pack. I personally benefit from the marriage pack because I'm newly married